One idea to represent why we are here on this planet and going into some future may be represented by the picture on the display. Actually, the origin of this display was used in my book, my presentation, and my work with many companies and various organizations. There's a mission, finding the destiny of the organization at the top, or for the whole organization. And there may be some leader to orchestrate the process for the whole organization. In case of the company, there may be CEO, or for governance, board of directors. Within the company, there are various department, units, or sections, so that they work together to achieve the mission, to achieve the destiny, working together. My work was to look into the organization as if I'm a stranger, to make sense of it if that process is working, as if to find the blockage or bottlenecks within the organization so that the energy of the people can flow better. I use the word PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act, or PDCA and CAPD, starting from check, act, plan, do. Check what's going on, figure out what's causing the blockage or the opportunities, and come up with a plan and implement doing it, and check again and go through the PDCA process over and over. So I try to do for the whole organization, but since the organization is split up to various department, sections, and unit, I talk to various units of the organization. I call them as mini company. Each of them have the same structure of having a mission, work with customers and suppliers, or bankers and employees, so that you can coordinate activities to help the customer or customers and align your approach to your bosses or the bankers. Bankers at the top need to orchestrate as much as that happens that way that each mini company would have its own constituting units within, so you need to orchestrate within. So in this structure, the whole organization functions under the same principle. I call it the mini company. And having what I call glass wall management, so that each organization is not within the brick wall, but open to share what's going on as a glass wall, so that the people from various organizations can look into and share or compare notes or stimulate each other so that they can help each other to achieve the mission or the destiny of the organization. Using the common language, common process, sharing the progress, going through PDCA, CAPD, the organization can move forward. With the idea of waste elimination, which corresponds to appreciating people's talent and developing the managerial principles like mini company and glass wall management, I put those ideas into practice over the last 35, 40 years with various companies around the world. Now I'm at my retirement age. I still work, although, so I start to work combined with my experience of Zen, meditation, spiritual pursuit, such that this idea can be expanded in a larger scale if possible. So the dream is such that this structure of PDCA, mini company, glass wall, waste elimination, how can we have this by developing a platform so that we can share further, not just within organization, but for anyone to live the journey to achieve the mission, find the destiny, as well as whole humanity. That's a large words to use here, but the principle is the same, so that we can practice this in a larger sense, so that we find the destiny as a whole, as much as each individual level may do the same. In fact, in each individual, I call it me and mini me, or mini mini me. So there's that sense of mini companies and mini companies within the organization. The same structure you can find within each individual. So at the end, if I may say so, all the cells in the body, because they are relating to each other by the customer-supply relationship, even each cell has its mission and finding destiny, and relate to the mini-me and me and all the rest of it, so that the whole alignment and the movement, the process of evolution can be shared. So that sounds like too much to bite. And I just explained in a few minutes the whole structure. Whatever the reason is, this structure is known as Holland structure by Arthur Kessler, but I found the idea is applicable in what we do, so that each may do their best to live the journey, move on to achieve the mission, find the destiny, and we can do all across the board. And I sense that's what's happening, as if that's the what I call temme, the order from heaven. Actually, it may not be seen as order. As individuals and a human, we may feel like it's the order, but it is already a prevailing force of why we are here on earth and have a birth to do whatever we do in our life. We didn't plan it, so it is as if it's the order from heaven, or I call it the laws of universe prevailing, such that whatever the reason is, we found us living on this earth, all depending on whatever the sequence of events happen and the laws of nature or laws of universe prevailing for us to be here and even to be able to communicate, whatever the reason. Of course, the communication may not be so simple because we came from different background, learning experiences, and the interest. Everybody is unique on its own, yet the principle-wise, I see there may be a connection and there may be a principle functioning all the time as living being. In fact, it's not just the human, but all living being has the sense of appreciating the life and trying to accomplish their mission, find the destiny. Even though they don't speak any language, I see it's happening because it's again is a representing situation of order from heaven. I often use the phrase "thy will be done." It's the same as the temme, that's a Japanese word, ten the heaven and me the order. So That's what I see as a structure, the process, why we are here, what we do. And there's this same reasoning and principle working for all of the living beings. What's unique in the case of human is because we have the brain or the mind added over the evolutionary process that has taken place over thousands of years, so that how to communicate, we can start to do it with the language, but how to process this in a coherent manner and helping each other and move forward, that's an interesting puzzle. So the point of this video is just to share the view I have. I want to say it's a conviction too, and the belief related to the individual's awakening, creative process, and helping each other, compassion, love, and follow the absolute sense of why we are here beyond the human mind. But my vision, or perhaps my temme, or our temme, may be like what I call a new hero's journey, going beyond each individual's constraint, what we need to do, what we came with, the past histories and habitual patterns, handicap. Some are better equipped in certain area than others. Whatever the background is, each may find its own destiny. We see the world shifting rapidly with the introduction of technology, internet, all of that. Environment is changing. As you know about the global warming or whatever, the weather change and everything happening. Lots of unknowns. But we have this wonderful or troublesome sometimes tools of language, the way that we can communicate. So, if I may, I like to share this idea of new hero's journey so that we can capture what I shared as perhaps a principal way so that we can find a platform to share ideas, compare notes openly, perhaps sincerely and truthfully, so that we can enjoy our journey while also accomplishing why we are here, what we are meant to do. Everyone's case may be different. Like in the case of the mini companies or mini-me, there are different departments and different missions within. But collectively, we have some common mission of exploring the world, doing whatever, given the circumstance, constraints, a mini universe we may operate, but we have this common background or the principle, if we can share, that will help us to work together and have fun in our journey of life going forward. So this is just a little note about what I want to call a new hero's journey. And if you can share those thoughts, maybe think about it or ponder about it, take a little time to feel what they may mean. And if we have a platform to share that as we move on, I would be most happy to be able to participate in that process. Thank you.